Hoang Quang has close ties to his neighborhood. He left Vietnam in the 1980s and came to Leipzig as a worker, like many others from his country. Hoang built his life in Germany around his store. He wanted to give his son all the opportunities he never had, and he believes education is the key.
I have an engineering degree in math and computer sciences. I wanted to continue my career here, but I couldn't. I want my son to work in a company or government agency or something better.
17-year-old Viet comes by to visit his parents after school. They're proud of their son. He's outperforming his German classmates. He willingly gave up on a possible future in football a few months ago so he could concentrate on his studies. He plans to study economics.
It was a really tough decision. It may sound funny, but I was close to tears. I played competitive sports for 5 years, and it felt like all that time and effort was for nothing. But school is more important. I think I made the right decision.
For many Vietnamese students here, getting good grades is the #1 priority, and not just in their own language or culture. German students, on the other hand, received only average rankings in recent international PISA studies.
That really surprised a lot of younger Vietnamese. They're used to a different system in their home country. They're also critical of the German system. They believe teachers should demand more respect, and students should realize how important teachers are.
Immigrants from Vietnam have established themselves in communities around the world, but their level of integration varies from country to country.
You have the difference in immigration policy, of course, because in France you have the Republican model, so everyone speaks French, and then you're not really seen as an ethnic minority, and maybe the chances are great that when you're interviewing a Vietnamese in France, that they're saying, well, I'm not an immigrant, right? I'm a French person, or who would say, I'm French Vietnamese. Whereas in Germany, of course, Germany has more the model of a multicultural model when people are categorized, ethnically.
The second generation often gets a lot of pressure from their parents. Quinn Tran from Berlin had to fight to study the subject she wanted, philosophy. Her parents wanted her to pursue a career in science.
My parents are like all Vietnamese people in their generation. They grew up in a politically repressed, incredibly poor country. So you can understand why they're worried.
Vietnamese immigrants here in Germany are fighting for prestige and recognition. That struggle hasn't always been easy for many, especially those who were denied a chance to succeed. Like Hoang Quang, who couldn't find a job in his field. Still, he settled in and learned the language, making friends along the way. He's no longer convinced that he should raise his son in a typically strict Vietnamese way.
I spoke with my wife, and we realized it wasn't working. When we apply too much pressure, everything breaks down. So I talked to my son about it. I told him, now you can party too, and if you need to, you can stay with a friend overnight. That's okay.
Hoang Quang has succeeded in his biggest mission, giving his son the opportunity to shine. He still believes education is the key to a bright future.